What's up? This is your boy Styles here with WestCoastStyles.com, as you can see on the hat here. And I got a Bay legend in the house today, man. I got my man B Legit. B Legit, thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, good, man. What's going down?
Hey, so I just want to get into this. We're celebrating hip hop's 50th birthday,
That's
and I
right.
kind of wanted to get your perspective on 50 years of hip hop.
Well, 50 years of hip hop, man. It was something that came in that they thought was would be a fly by night genre, and
Yeah,
50 years later, um, they're still trying to. I mean, it's implicated in everything from politics to sales of product. I mean, the world is hip hop.
hmm isn't it crazy? I was watching TV the other day, and they got like Genius of Love, The Choice Is Yours, California Love, all is like commercials now.
Right. All right. Right. Definitely.
Man, I mean, these were our jams growing up, and now they're jingles, and to sell products, like you said.
Yeah,
Um, you
they
know,
use it to advertise and promote. I mean, even the whole every from Toyota to whatever. You're gonna hear hip hop. Hip hop is heavily influenced in everything that we do.
correct, correct. Now, you being from the Bay Area, I just want to kind of like get your perspective, Bay Area hip hop. In my opinion, you guys are the most underappreciated um, out of all the areas. You know what I'm saying? You guys influence and you set trends, and I don't think you guys get enough recognition for what you do out there.
Yeah, it's been that it's been that way, since we stepped in the game. As you know, we were one of the first founding groups, that came into the hip hop, on an independent level, where
Correct.
everybody was being signed or was signed to a label. We didn't have a label offer or nothing like that. We was independent, so yeah, being unrecognizable as far as when they said West Coast, they always said Los Angeles.
Correct. I understand that, and me being from LA, I understand that sometimes we kind of like we've been, our presence has been we've been given enough too much credit, I think, in some sense. I mean,
Well,
and not shared enough with the Bay Area. In my opinion, but
I think the whole Hollywood aspect of California is like shines the light on SoCal. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Um, and that's just what people self-consciously think when they think about West Coast is Southern California.
mhm.
But like I said, as us being in the Bay and wanting to be in this game, and felt like that we deserved a position, that turned us into the independent grind.
Oh, definitely, and not only that, but I think also the trends that you guys set. You know what I'm saying, music wise, and
Right.
also the vocabulary. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's undeniable. It's undeniable. I mean, since the beginning, people have peeked in our playbook, and but they had the light on the stage, and they took things out of our playbook and became famous and cool, so to speak, with it, and didn't pay homage. But that's just a game that's more flattering than anything because it lets us know that we was on the right track and we just kept
mhm.
pushing. Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely heavily influenced in the music of rap, West Coast music. The Bay Area played a very, very, very important role.
What I find funny also is and also interesting. You mentioned the Independence game. Like you mentioned, everybody was trying to get signed and you guys were independent, and now everybody's trying to be independent and not get signed.
Right, right.
You guys were
Uh,
ahead of the game, you know?
talking about many moons ahead of the game. Many moons.
Yeah. Everybody's
Hmm.
everybody's moving independently now. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah,
and you guys never have to worry about that because you guys were already doing it.
already independent, already been independent. But yeah, that's exactly right.
That's dope, man. Um, you've had a legendary career. I mean, you've been grinding since the early '90s, and probably even before that. But that's
Right,
just you've been in the spotlight though since the early '90s. You worked with Tupac even. Um,
definitely.
why don't you just reflect on your career and on the career you've had? If you can.
Well, I mean, like I say, for me, getting started in the early days, my career kind of took off like right after me and 40 came back from Grambling State University. Um, Everybody knows the story of us going out there and being in a talent show, rapping in a talent show, and actually just went in the crowd, became famous on campus, and that was the battery that was put in our back to come on home and let's take this serious. And you know, uh, and the story about St. Charles, our uncle, and started putting out records. Going from that stage, um, that the very beginning stage, only thing that was out were records, 12
Hmm.
inches singles. So that was what when we came in the game.
A
That's what
sides
we
and B sides. Yep.
Yeah, we came in the game with the maxi single, which um, there was no cassettes yet. It wasn't any cassettes. I don't think. I don't think. Maybe there was. I don't know. But then the next step was the cassette. That was
Hmm.
So I had this pleasure of seeing uh, coming from vinyl to cassette to CD to now just digital
Streams.
platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have I had a chance to grow with hip hop and grow with platforms and different technologies, and see the pros and cons of each. What was more better for the artist versus what's mediocre for the artist.
Hmm.
Uh, Selling records and actual sales of CDs was a lot better for the artist than the streaming is. So
Got you.
yeah,
What I love is that you're still putting out hard music. Um, you know, and it's been what 30 years or so.
that's 30 plus years. So the thing about um, what we do and how where we come from. I'm saying the mob music today and all that type of stuff. Yeah, we try to put out timeless music.
Hmm.
Like when I perform, I perform songs from the '90s, and I see kids like 24, 23 out there going word for word with me, and I'm like, how? Well, I understand how their parents grew up on that music. Their parents played that
Yeah.
music when they was babies, and somehow it still resonates. Just like oldies, some old songs resonate with me that my mother played. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, they come up to me all the time like, "Hey, Beaver, man, I'm 23." He said, "But I rock with you, man. My mom and my daddy, woo," and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's crazy." So yeah,
Maybe even grandparents. I
maybe,
mean,
maybe even
that.
grandparents. At
Yeah.
this point,
Yeah.
30 years ago, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Grand.
So yeah, so that's crazy, that it still does that. But even releasing new music, um, which I did the new album, 88 D Boy.
Yes.
I tried to mimic my earlier days of hip hop. Giving them some of that original nostalgic mob music, which is a category that we coined.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it's just about making good music and making timeless music. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's just and that's what our region was about, and that's what I try to keep and still. Even though music changed, we go into different genres, like the hyphy movement, and which was still Bay Area, but
Yeah.
the
Af-
foundation.
After 30 years, you still find it hard to get that energy to like get up in the studio and be like you was when you were back in the 90s?
Nah, because the thing is, it's like it's in me and not on me, so I can. It's like a walk in the park, and I can just pull it out. This is I lived that life. I've done it, so it's already recorded in my subconscious. You know what I'm saying? So I can just go reach in that bag and grab out what I want to grab out.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What's next for Be Legit in this game?
I mean, I'm forever in love with hip hop, right?
Hmm.
Like I I've made a career, a living off of hip hop. So it says like some people do things for monetary reasons or whatever the case may be, but just for the love of the sport, for the
Mm.
love of of hip hop. If it's in you like that, you'll remain to do. See, because what they tried to tell you in the beginning is, oh, hip hop is a young man's sport. You should retire at 30. Well, at 30, I'm just now coming into my senses. I
Yeah.
was foolish. I was foolish before. So as you get older and you get more wiser, you realize that you have a different a different duty to do in hip hop. You always
Hmm.
want to do what you do, but you kind of like a lot of people come up to me throughout the years and say, "Hey, man, I did 20 years in this penitentiary, and your music got me through it." Such and such, then because we always lace music messages in the music, so you got to still keep doing music because there's people still out there and using it for healing. That's what it was used for in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Music was a healer. It was good for the soul, and we try to
Hmm.
put that type of same feeling into the music so you can get something out of it, not just play it and then go to the next thing. That's what making timeless music is about. Get
Yeah,
something out of
that's dope. And your cousin too. I mean, man, he's
it.
been relevant forever and even more relevant now.
Oh,
And he just puts out club banger after club banger after club
he's
banger. Wow.
he's the goat. He's the goat. You know what I'm saying? And, his work ethic is relentless. He's a hustler by nature. So he gets up early in the morning and start hustling. You know, uh, it's just that now it's all in the legal form. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so yeah,
that's great, man. Well, I thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
yeah.
Is there anything that else that you want to mention to us, like any new projects coming out or anything, or what?
Y'all look out for that Block Movement project. The Block Movement project is coming out. It's the new one that's going to be coming out for.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to try to have it out by the end of this year.
Okay.
Actually, next month actually. So if not, it'll be early to 2024. But um, the 88D Boys is out now. Look out for that new video about to drop, House on the Hill. Another video with Young Dolph and Lil Boosie called
Okay.
Pocket Full of Money. Y'all check that out. So we grinding, man. We're gonna keep on grinding, keep going, and keep pushing, man. Keep putting out hits and keeping it lit for the back.
Nice, nice. Man, before we close, can I get a quick shout out for westcoaststyles.com, please?
What up? It's your boy Be Legit, and you tuned in to westcoaststyles.com.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
sir. Yeah.
All right, sir. You have your
All right.
wonderful day.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for being my guest. And man, let's do it again.
All good.
All right, bro.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
All
All
right.
right.